Well, in Russia, this is the centerpiece of events marking 80 years since the defeat of Nazi Germany. The big parade, the Victory Day parade on Red Square. I hope you can hear me over the noise. Thousands of troops are marching past the Kremlin. Now, this is the day that Russians remember what they call the Great Victory of 1945, a victory which was secured at enormous human cost. More than 27 million people in the Soviet Union were killed in what is known here as the Great Patriotic War. And up in the stands, watching this, Russia's President Vladimir Putin with guests, including China's Xi Jinping. The seating plan today, highly symbolic, Putin and Xi side by side, sending a signal to the rest of the world, particularly to America, that Moscow and Beijing have a very close partnership indeed. And that message cemented by the fact that Chinese troops took part in the parade today. Also marching here, Russian soldiers who've taken part in the so-called special military operation, Russia's war against Ukraine.
Today, we are all united by feelings of joy and sorrow, pride and gratitude, admiration for a generation that crushed Nazism and, at the cost of millions of lives, won freedom and peace for all of humanity.
We've seen the soldiers. Now it's time for the military hardware. This is the part of the parade when traditionally Russia showcases its latest weaponry and tries to project itself as a modern military superpower. And yet, even with all of this, Moscow has so far been unable to defeat Ukraine, more than 3 years after Russia's full-scale invasion of its neighbor. And in fact, ahead of this event today, there was quite a lot of nervousness here, a concern that the parade itself could become a target following days of Ukrainian drone attacks targeting Moscow. That hasn't happened. The Kremlin said all necessary measures will be taken to protect the parade. And now for the finale, the military flypast. You know, if Russia has a national idea today, it is one based around the idea of victory. You often hear Russian officials saying now, Russia is unbeatable. It was in 1945. Moscow wants the world to believe it still is, 80 years on.